So three animes I think that are really good that a lot of people, I won't say people overlook it, I don't know fuck. But like everyone's fucking, they're jizzing all over about Cowboy Bebop. Everyone loves Cowboy Bebop. But I think two, one definitely gets overlooked a lot. But arguably two get overlooked, and that's Outlaw Star and Space Dandy. So Space Dandy, I feel, is like Cowboy Bebop, but a little more because it doesn't really have like a story. Really, it's just a lot of stuff that just goes on, kind of how Cowboy Bebop was. But Cowboy Bebop starts out with it's Spike and Jet, and of course, then they eventually get Ein the dog. They get Ein the dog, and then um, who is it? My Valentine. I can't remember. Faye. They get Faye. So Faye joins the crew, and then eventually there's Ed. But it's just in between the start with Jet, the start part with Jet and Spike and the Syndicate, and then the like final episodes with the Spike and the Syndicate. That's pretty much the whole story of, for the most part, of Cowboy Bebop. Everything else is kind of random, which is just the cool part about Space Dandy. Space Dandy is just it's just cool shit. Like they go around, they have to collect bounties on people. They kind of like bounty hunters. It's super kind of zany in its own little way, whatever. But it's cool. It's fun. It's exciting. And it has like little lessons in there as well. It has its moments. It definitely has its touching moments. But it's good. Space Dandy is actually surprisingly good, but people don't ever talk about that. That's all I say. Cowboy Bebop. But the weird part about Cowboy Bebop is people rave about it so much. But Outlaw Star came out the same year and before Cowboy Bebop. Now Cowboy Bebop is amazing, and I think I personally like. I'm a Samurai Champloo guy. I like that a lot more, but Cowboy Bebop is still good. I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't even compare it to because I just really like Samurai Champloo. Like I could seriously just sit and talk about Samurai Champloo by itself. But Samurai Champloo, they kind of throw it in for a second. The story starts from the beginning. It's like Samurai, the Smell of Sunflowers. You find out how they all come a group in the first episode, and then it's a really beautiful first one episode because it shows you what to expect from the rest of it. And then you don't get to the Samurai Smell the Sunflower really like hot on its trail until later. But there are things that happen in between them looking for the Samurai Smell the Sunflower. Anyways, I just really like Samurai Champloo. I can talk about that all fucking day. I'm pretty sure I just really like Samurai Champloo. But on the main subject of those three, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, and Space Dandy, Outlaw Star. So Outlaw Star came out before Space Dandy. Of course, it came out before Space Dandy. Outlaw Star came out before Cowboy Bebop, but no one really talks or mentions Cowboy or Outlaw Star at all, which is weird because Outlaw Star, to me, I personally like Outlaw Star better than Cowboy Bebop, but I don't want to say one is better than the other. I don't want to compare it to because they both are two different things. Because Outlaw Star, obviously, Gene has a fear of flying because of a past experience he had when he was a little boy. So he has a very terrible fear of flying in space and all that stuff. And of course, he's forced to overcome it due to situations he's put in and whatever. And of course, that starts the whole thing with the IGPX and flying in space and all the other stuff that happens later. But it's kind of cool too because there's random events that happen in the show, but they all eventually lead to the Galactic Ley Line. The Galactic Ley Line is not really a main goal for Gene. Gene's just kind of like, we have this ship, held it. Not to give spoilers, but I don't want to give spoilers, but so Gene is going, Gene is, he's terrified of flying. Things happen. It's kind of like, he's put into a bunch of situations, things he doesn't really want to be put into. He's forced to have to get his way through it, and eventually gets to the part where he's like, you know what, I'm good. I'm just gonna live life and be comfortable. I'm just gonna go back to doing my business, making money. That's what I'm gonna focus on. And then circumstances come in, and he's like, "Shit, man. Well, I'm so far in debt. Shit just is going up past my neck. I'm fucked. You know what? Finding the Galactic Ley Line could be the one thing that helps me solve all these issues. So I'm just gonna go for that." So there's things that lead to the Galactic Ley Line, but Mm. I had to chill for a second. I was ranting, talking, and I was like, hold on, I just need a fucking drink. Mm. Outlaw Stars. No one really talks about Outlaw Star, but Outlaw Stars, in my opinion, I think it's fucking great. Because the one thing about all these things, they obviously deal with space and storyline and all these other things. But I think the great thing that all of them have, besides going in space, is going into a lot of the unknown. Into the unknown. Fucking damn it. That song, fucking movies just get in your fucking head when you least expect it. But it's just going out there. Like Gene, he was terrified of space. He was terrified of flying. He has to get over that shit. And he's able to accomplish so much more than he would have after getting over his fear. With Spike has his past. He has to get over that stuff. Spike's just kind of like whatever happens, happens kind of guy. So, and Jet has a level of stuff with his past. It's a lot of stuff of like your past catching up with you and you having to deal with that, going towards your future. So, Cowboy Bebop has its thing, but Space Dandy to me is just, it's overall just fun, but it has its moments. It has its, because it's still lessons in it. I don't know how would I explain Space Dandy. I don't know how I would explain Space Dandy. It's just really good. I mean, obviously it deals with space, but shit, how would I explain Space Dandy? It's just fun. It's just enjoying life and living in the moment. Not so much of like focus on the past or freaking about the future or any of that. It's just enjoying life and taking it one step at a time. I think that's why I like Space Dandy. Space Dandy to me is just enjoying life. There's no like we have a destination down, we're gonna do this. We're just living life, baby. You know? It's kind of like Spike's whatever happens, happens, and that's just like the entire show. You know, it's just like, hey, what can you do, baby? Like it's just super laid back and it's like, what can you do, you know? Shit happens. You can either fix it, and if you can't fix it, then let's move on. So I think that's why I like Space Dandy. I would say each one can definitely have their own meaning to individuals, to different people. But I think, so for me, I think Cowboy Bebop is, you know, things in your past, not letting them change your future, but also things from your past can catch up with you and dealing with your past and not letting them ruin your future. Kind of same thing with Outlaw Star. Past can stop you, but you can also have your future, but also live for today. But it's, I don't know, it's so much complicated to just put it down in just like a real, you know, small summary. It's kind of like, they're both like 26 episodes. It's kind of like one of those things like watch, right? It's not like I'm trying to explain One Piece. Like One Piece, fuck that. No one's gonna watch. It's just over 1,000 episodes. No one's gonna sit down and watch over 1,000 episodes unless you're a maniac like I am. But even then, that show's been going for 20 years. My goodness, man. Like, fucking people were born and became adults during One Piece's run. That's how long that show's been going. That's just crazy in itself. But it's good. It's worth it. It's so nice. It's really a cool show. It's really a cool show. But, like I said, I mean, mainly Outlaw Star and Space Dandy, they get overlooked a lot. They're really good. They're both great. But everyone raves about Cowboy Bebop. And I'm just like, there's two other really good shows, equally as good. You know, Outlaw Star and Space Dandy. That a lot of people overlooked, and I just think people should check those out. They're both really good, really great. And I feel like there's an important lesson. There's a personal life lesson that can be gained from anyone, whether you're a fan of Cowboy Bebop or not. So, it's not rocket science. You should go check it out, even though this is rocket science. The drink. Yeah.